So hopefully this is actually going to work. I think we're really close to getting the date. There's just like a little tiny bit that needs to be applied here. I'm just gonna let that sit for a while, and we'll see what the result is.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to Coin Quest. Coin Quest, of course, is the series where I take $100 boxes of nickels like this one, go through the rolls, and look for interesting and valuable coins that I can use to fill in my collection books. So in the last box of nickels that we went through, I left you guys on a bit of a cliffhanger. I was able to find this really cool coin right here, which is a buffalo nickel. These were only minted from 1913 up through 1938. So this is a seriously old coin. The only problem is we can't see the date on that coin. As you can see, it would be right down here on the bottom side of the coin, but this coin is completely wiped, so we can't get a date off of it. Fortunately, we do have a solution for this problem, and there's actually a product that's designed specifically for finding the dates on undated buffalo nickels, and this is it right here. It's called Nicodate. Basically what it is just a simple chemical that you put on the coin, and it eats away at the softer metal around the date area to reveal the date right before your eyes. So before we get into this box of nickels today, I figured why don't we go ahead and give it a shot and see if we can figure out what the date is on this coin. So something to keep in mind, guys, this is a chemical compound and it can be dangerous if you get it on your skin, so please be careful if you do end up using this for yourself. Make sure you don't get it on your skin. It shouldn't be too big of a deal. Basically, I have a little plate of water right here, so we'll be putting it in there once we reveal the date to remove the chemical. So here is the coin, another close-up look right there. I'm just gonna put the chemical on the date area because it is going to affect the coin, and I don't want to have any more damage on this coin than I need. So just a couple drops, I think, on the date area should be good to reveal this date. Now I'm gonna put it on really carefully here, and I want to get this on camera. So let's see if we can get it here, guys. Gonna get this as good of a lighting as possible. Also trying not to get that chemical up there on the top of the coin. But you can kind of see it working there. And I'm thinking I'm starting to see possibly a 5 showing through there. What do you guys think? Let's just let that work. It might be a 3 even. No, it couldn't be a 3. Although I do think it's in the 1910s. You guys can see that date coming off right there. Could it be a 3? I guess it could be. There's 2 different types. We checked it. It's definitely not a type 1. But I think that might actually be a 3. So that is that's very interesting. I think we're about ready to pull this off. I think that actually is a 3, guys. I've never found a 1913 buffalo nickel, and I don't want to have that on there any longer than it needs to be. As you can see, it kind of moved up to the neck area. So I'm going to take that now and dump it into the water, and we will get that chemical off of the coin, and I'll give you guys a closer look once that gets off the coin. Alright guys, so I pulled it out and dried it off, and I decided to apply it one more time just so that we can be absolutely sure. I'm pretty positive that this is a 1913, and as you can see there, it's definitely looking like it's going to be that. I was thinking 15 at first, but on closer inspection, this is definitely going to be a 1913, which is super exciting because I have never found a 1913 before. And if you aren't aware, that is the first year of the buffalo nickel. And it's actually, it kind of looks like a 5 there, but you can sort of see the top of the 3. It's a sharp top there. And I'm just going to leave this on a little bit longer so that we can see that date appear a little bit better here. And so just a few more seconds and we will be putting this in the water, and then I will show you the date. Alright guys, so after giving it a second shot of Nicodate, it became very clear. This is a 1913 Type 2, and as you can see back here, the backside has this flat surface underneath the bison there. That means that this is a Type 2 coin. So here we have our coin book showing the buffalo nickel varieties, starting in 1913 up here. As you can see, Variety 1, this is what their backs actually looked like. The reason that they switched from this was because they were seeing so much wear on that 5 cents that they just realized that they had to put some sort of a higher point on the coin so that it wouldn't wear down so fast. So they introduced this little ledge here that sort of protected the 5 cents area from getting worn down too quickly. And that's what's known as Variety 2 on the 1913. This one happens to be the 1913 plain Variety 2 with a mintage of 29 million, and in good condition this coin is worth $10. Now I'd say this is a little bit less than good for, seeing as we had to damage it in order to get that date off, unfortunately. But it's still very cool to have, and awesome to find this in circulation. That just doesn't happen very often. So with that being said, guys, let's get into this box, and hopefully we can find some more in here. All right, so it actually turns out that this particular box has a ton of enders. All of them happen to be reversed somehow. I don't know how this happened, but as you can see here, all 4 of these coins here, they're Jefferson nickels. They're not Buffalo nickels, but they do look pretty old, and they all have Denver mint marks on them, which means they're at least 1964 or older. These ones, on the other hand, don't have Denver mint marks, but they do look pretty old, so these could be old as well, just without the Denver mint mark. I'm going to go ahead and jump into these first 4 with the Denver mint mark, because I know that these are going to be at least 1964. And we'll see how fast I can do this, see if I can go through these really quickly, and just pull out maybe the ender, and then I'll look at the rest later. But just pulling off this first ender here, letting the rest of those coins fall. Let's see what we got on this one. 3, 2, 1. 1961. So we typically don't keep anything unless it's at least 1960 or older. We'll just go through these real quickly here to see if we have anything else of note in the rolls, and maybe we'll speed this process up for future rolls. But just real quickly, just in case a Buffalo nickel or something like that pops out, there's another 61 right there. We will move those to the side and get into this one right here. So another Denver reverse ender right there. Let's see what we're gonna get in this roll. So I actually don't remember which side it's on. Was it this one? Yeah, I think it was. That is a 1960. So again, probably not going to keep that, but it's very close to what we would typically keep there. So let's see if we got anything else in this roll right here. Let me know if you guys see anything that I miss. I will probably be going through these once again just to make sure I haven't missed anything. I don't think there's a whole lot going on there, so I'll push those to the side. Let's move that over here. And we got 2 more here with the Denver reverse. You can kind of see it there. It's a little bit harder to see in the light though. So, all right, let's open up this one. It's going to be on the left side there. Ooh, what do we got there? Something with a little bit of color there. Might be kind of interesting. No, I think that's just going to be a regular nickel. So we will remove that one. And let's see if we can get something on this ender. Nope, that one's just going to be a 1964, so nothing special there. Let's see if we have anything here. Oh, there we go, guys. We got a foreign coin in this roll. This is just a Canadian. So we might be able to fill that into my Canadian collection there. 1999 is the year on that one. Definitely going to pull that one out. I think we might need that one in the collection, so we will hold on to that one for a sec. Just move these nickels down, and then we'll open this one, and we might get into these ones in just a second here, but the final Denver reverse ender. Let's see if we're going to get anything on this one. Didn't get any on the first 3, so we're like 0 for 3 right now. All right, let's see what this one's going to be here. There's a Denver on the right side. 3, 2, 1. 1964, of course. So let's see if we got anything else in this roll, guys. This will be the last one, and then we'll get into some rolls off camera. And I'll probably have to go through the rest of these nickels here. They're all spread out. I think that one might be a little bit older. This one also looks pretty old. 1963 on that one. That one looked a little old. Let's see what we have here. 3, 2, 1. All right, there we go. Finally a pre-60s coin. That one is a 1957 Denver. I know we already have that coin, but we'll definitely take that. And I'll look through these, and then I'll get back to you when we find something good. So it turns out that we did need that 1999 Canadian in the collection. I put it in right there. Definitely not a rare coin by any means at 124 million, but a little bit tougher to find here in the United States, so happy to get that. The very next roll that I opened up, which was one of those non-Denver reverse enders, actually has this coin in it right here, which I can already tell is going to be super old. I'm guessing 40s on that coin. You can see very, very worn down. So let's see what we're going to have here. 3, 2, 1. 1946. So actually pretty common for a 1940s coin, but I will definitely take that and see if we have anything else in here. Look at that. We just got another one right there. I knew these coins were looking kind of old in this roll. So 1953 on that one. And let's see what we got for a mint mark. So 1953 Denver. I'm going to have to put that one to the side. That one may be actually a low mintage or a key date coin, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll have to take a look at the back of the placemat here and see if we have a low mintage coin for that one. Let's just flip this over to the back side. And let's see here. The key dates, 53, don't see it. 53S would be, but it's not. for the low mintage on the 1953 Denver. So I will check the collection to see if we have this one yet, and if not, I will put it in there and we'll move on to the next roll. All right, guys, so here is the collection for the 1950s page right here, and it turns out the 1953 Denver slot is empty, so we will be putting that coin in right there. We just got another one for the collection. We got one Canadian, one American, and I guess you could count that Buffalo in the beginning. We're all over the board today. Hopefully we can find some more. I'm super happy to get that one. All right, guys, the very next roll, and this actually was second from the end. This coin right here, which I could tell was going to be older, but I wasn't expecting the date that I saw when I flipped it over. I wasn't sure if this was going to be older, so I just kind of flipped it over off camera, but you can see right here, 1942. Now, if you know nickels, you know that these are typically going to be war nickels, because 1942 was the year that they transitioned into the silver content in the nickels, but some of them were not. So some of them were just the regular composition, which is 75% copper and 25% nickel, and this is one of those coins. No silver in this coin whatsoever, but that is definitely going into the collection. I'm going to have to check the book to see what the mintage is on this particular coin, but definitely weird to find those without any silver in them. I guess a little bit disappointing too, because of course you want silver nickels if you can get them, and we haven't gotten any yet. So let's see what else is in this roll though, just real briefly here. That's a nice looking coin right there. I might check the date on that one. 1978. Yeah, I thought it might be a little older. So all right, guys, we'll get that one in the collection and we'll keep going. So as I had suspected, we do need the 1942 Philadelphia, which is right there, which is different than the 1942 P for the reason that those silver war nickels will have the actual mint mark up above the Monticello, which is kind of different. It's very obvious whether it's silver or not. So that one in the book is actually the more common version here. You can see that 1942, there's 49 million of those. And the 1942 Denver is the one you want to look out for. If you see that Denver mint mark on the back, that's only 13 million made. So that's a pretty semi-key date right there, and definitely something that you want to pull out, especially if you get that D over horizontal D. That's something I've never seen before. So, all right, guys, with that, we'll go ahead and get on to the next one, and we'll put that one in the collection. All right, so I'm 5 rolls later. Haven't really found much other than a couple of 1959s, and I'm a little upset with myself because I should have checked the mint mark on this one before I flipped it over. One of my favorite games is to play flip over the S mint mark, because you never know what that's going to be. These coins were, I think, before 1955, so definitely a more interesting flip here. So I've already seen the mint mark on this one and the date, and this is one that we do need in the collection here, guys, 1940S. Now we're going to flip this over to the back, this placemat here, to see if that's going to end up in either the low mintage or key date range. Because I never really know on the S mint marks. I think those are typically more rare than anything else, and especially here in Michigan, which is pretty far away from San Francisco, so you don't see a whole lot of those San Francisco mint marks. So let's flip this over to the back side here and see if we have a 1940S in either of these lists. So 40S, no. 40S, no, not even in any 1940s. So we'll just be putting that one into the collection. You can see right here, I'll just pull it over so you can see. We're getting a lot in the collection today, guys. I don't know. This is a good box for coins in the collection for sure. 1940S is right there, and it is empty, so we'll put that one in, and we'll get on to the next roll. Here's the next roll. Just kind of kept the camera running just in case I came up with something, and I think we might have something here. Just wanted to reveal this on camera just in case it's something. Looks pretty old to me, so let's see what we got. 3, 2, 1. 1940 right there. And we know that we already have the plain for that, so we won't be putting that into the collection, but it's nice to have a nice old coin like that come out of the rolls every once in a while. So I will definitely take that, and we'll get on to the next one. So a couple rolls later now, and we just got something that looks super old, and it actually has that tint where it might look like it could possibly be a war nickel if you look at that. So let's see what we have for a date on this. Okay, so it's not going to be a war nickel because it's 1939, which is, by the way, one of the oldest Jeffersons you can possibly get. So it's not going to be silver, but if this has a mint mark, I'm going to do a backflip because these are so hard to find. 3, 2, 1. Nope, no mint mark. That's usually how you find them, but this one's got some really nice, toning, nice detail on that coin. I guess toning probably isn't the right word. It just, I like the way that looks. Patina maybe is the right word for that. I do like that coin, and we'll probably replace the one that we have in the collection right now. It's kind of a weird looking coin. But let's see what if we can get anything else out of this roll. That was just like one of the second or third coin in the roll, so plenty more to look at here.
But I think that's about it. Now, in the roll before this, I actually got a kind of interesting Canadian coin. This is the 1992, and this is some sort of a bicentennial of some special event in Canadian history. So that's why you see two dates down there, 1867 to 1992. So that's kind of cool. I think this will go into the collection. But with that being said, let's get into the next one. All right, guys, so we're like 10 rolls later now. I really haven't found a whole lot in the last few rolls, except for a couple of things I have right here. 1941 Denver, which is kind of cool to see. And I also got another one of those 1939s. This one came out face up. But other than that, there wasn't too much going on in the rolls until right now. We just got a 1954, which is face up, as you can see right here. And we do need the 1954 San Francisco. So I'm hoping that when we flip this over, we have a San Francisco mint mark. And that would actually complete our 1954 set. So let's see what we got. 3, 2, 1. It is a Denver, unfortunately, so that is not going into the collection. I will put that one to the side. Let's see what else we got in this roll, if we have anything else. Actually, look at that. That is a really nice looking 1959, and it's a Philadelphia. Actually, you can still see some of the steps left on that Monticello, so very nice coin right there. I might end up putting that one into the collection, and definitely a coin we keep anyway, so very cool to see that one come out. Let's see if we got any more in here. Doesn't look like it, guys. We'll get on to the next one. All right, guys, so this was the very next roll right here. You can see we have two nicely colored coins right there. I'm really hoping that either one or both of these are going to be a silver war nickel. If you've hunted for a while, you'll notice that a lot of these silver war nickels will end up having darker edges due to the metal composition. And I believe it's that 9% manganese that gives them that tone. But a lot of times when you see coins like this, it ends up just being nothing. So we'll just have to see right here, guys. We'll pull these out. And that one is a nothing. It's just a darker coin. Not sure what made that happen. God, I have high hopes for this one, though. This one looks really good. Come on, war nickel. Dang it, guys. 1964. Come on. That is just ridiculous. Let's go through the rest of this roll anyway. Maybe we got something to redeem it. That was honestly pretty disappointing, though. We still haven't gotten a war nickel out of, I think, 2.5 boxes now. So really hoping to find one soon, and hopefully by the end of this box, so that we can kind of redeem ourselves here. But I think that is it for this roll, so we'll go ahead and move on to the next one. So this is kind of cool here. It's not a huge deal. Just went through this roll and was able to pull out a 1979 Canadian nickel. Now what's special about this is that anything from 1981 and prior is actually made of 99.9% nickel, which is very cool and actually worth a little bit of money. I believe nickel is on the up and up as far as metals go. So that is going into the collection, and with that, we'll get on to the next roll. So another thing that I found here that I think is kind of cool, I don't usually find stuff like this just because I'm really bad at looking for it, but I believe this coin on the right here was struck through grease, which is an error, something that happens to these coins every once in a while. And as you can see, these are both 2016s. One's a Denver, one's a Philadelphia, but that's sort of irrelevant here. If you look at the one on the right, the hair and just like some of the features on the face are just not really there. It kind of gives them like a ghost-like appearance. And you see the one on the left there, that's what you typically see on a coin like this. Nice detail on the hair. But if you look at this one, there's just really not very much going on. A lot of the details, I believe, were missed on this coin because it was struck through grease, and that's what it looks like from my end here. Now, I don't think the backside was affected nearly as much, and I'm not seeing anything wrong with the lettering or anything like that. But this front side is definitely weird looking, and you can totally see that when you put these coins side by side. So I'll definitely hold on to this one. Not sure if it's worth any money, but it's still cool to find. Alright guys, I know we kind of missed it on the reveals earlier with those coins that we saw the dark edges on, but this one I think is going to make up for it. Now I was looking at this coin. You can see it's pretty easy to see which one we're looking at here. Very different looking from the others. I figured this would just be a typical, messed up coin, whatever. But when I pulled this coin out, guys, I could not believe what I saw. And I wish the camera was on to catch my reaction to it. It was really good. But guys, this is it right here. This is going to be an awesome coin. Check this out. Look at that, guys. We got another Buffalo nickel in this box, and it is really weird looking, really messed up. It's still not a silver war nickel, but I will take a Buffalo nickel any day of the week. Now, as you can see here, We do not have a mint mark on it. If we did, it would be in between the E and the C of 5 cents. And we can also see that this is a variety 2 because of that flat landing there that the bison is standing on. So guys, we're going to reveal the date on this one in 3, 2, 1. Okay, maybe we're not. This might be another Nickel date right here. And if we can't get the date off of this one, which it looks like we might not be able to, I will definitely put some Nickel date on that, and hopefully we can get it off that way. But it looks like we might end up going 0 for 2. Actually, you know what? I think I see something there. I think that says, that might say 23, 25. I think I see a 2 at least. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments what you guys are seeing. And I will take a scope to this. Guys, if we can avoid using Nickel date, it's always best to do that. Just because as soon as you put Nickel date on the coin, that's damage. Right there, it looks like a 23. That might just be me, though. I'm going to have to take a closer look at this coin, guys, and I will get back to you on that one in just a sec. All right, so after looking at it a little bit closer, I have concluded that we're probably not going to get a date off of this one without using Nickel date. So I think I'm going to pull out the Nickel date once more, and we will take a look at what we have on that coin. But for now, let's go through the rest of this. And wouldn't it be epic if we were able to get 2 buffalo nickels in the roll? I don't think we're going to, because I can pretty much see all of the coins already at this point. But let's just go through the rest of these, see if there's anything else, and then we will pull that Nickel date out and see what we can get. So actually, there is a nice older coin right there, 1958, and it is a Denver. So we'll put that one to the side. And I think that's it for the roll, guys. So let's get into that Nickel date right now. So same setup as before. We have our water, our nickel, and our Nickel date acid. Let's just go ahead and take the cap off here and put some Nickel date on this coin. This is going to be a little bit trickier, I think, because you can see the color of this coin is a little bit different. It looks like it may have been corroded, and so hopefully this is actually going to work. I think we're really close to getting the date. There's just like a little tiny bit that needs to be applied here, and hopefully we can get it off of there. So let's see if we can start to see this appear right before our eyes. It's a little bit harder, like I said, because of that darker color on the coin. Let's see if I can turn it this way. Maybe we'll get a little better of an angle. It's kind of tough to see, guys, unfortunately. So I'm just going to let that sit for a while, and we'll see what the result is probably in a couple minutes. Alright, so that's been soaking for about 1.5 minutes now. As you can see, this coin is quite a bit darker. We can't even see through that liquid to see what the date might be. So I'm going to have to put that into the water, and we'll get that off in just a second here. So yeah, that definitely did some work on the coin there. Let's get some water on top of that. Wow. I'm not sure if we're going to get a date off of this one, guys. This one might just be a little bit too corroded, but we'll do our best here. So I'm just going to dry it off real quick here. And flip it over to the back side here. See what happened. So that's the problem right there, guys. If you have a lot of corrosion on these coins, Nickel date doesn't really work. It has to be in your regular condition. But I think it's really hard to see. I don't know. If you guys can see anything on that, let me know. But I might just have to put this one in as a whole filler for now, because that is pretty tough to see. Alright guys, so I decided to soak the coin for a couple more minutes, and I think we're actually able to see the date at this point. I don't want to put it in any longer because it looks like it's pretty flattened as it is. But as you can see there, I believe that is 1923. And actually that's what I suspected it was going to be from the beginning, just based on some of the features that you saw there, the bend of the 2 and then kind of the point of the 3 right there. So 1923 is the date on that coin, and we were able to determine that for sure. And that is a plain 1923, which will be going into the collection. We're 0 for 2 on finding buffalo nickels that had dates on them, and unfortunately we had to Nickel date this one. Pretty much the only thing that's distinguishing those two numbers is the little bit of corroded metal that still remains between them. As you can see, the 9 is pretty indistinguishable right there, but of course we know that that's a 9. So I will be putting this one into the collection, and we have about 10 more rolls to go, so we're going to get into those and see what else we can find in this box. So 4 rolls to go, and we just snagged ourselves a 1947. And I do not know the mint mark on this yet, but if you take a look up here at the collection, it turns out that we actually need all of the 1947. So no matter what, this coin is going into the collection. The mint mark is going to determine whether it's more rare or not. So let's see what we got. 3, 2, 1. 1947 plain it is. So that will be going into the collection, and I'll have to check on the back of the placemat to see if any of the 47s are rarer or in that semi-key or key date range. Also got a 1959 Denver, looking pretty nice out of that roll as well. I think that's like the 5th 59 Denver on this box so far. So flipping over to the back side here, let's see if we have any 1947s. I'm just curious. So it looks like we have a 47 S is in the low mintage area, so we'll definitely be on the lookout for that. We have 4 more rolls to go, guys, and I'll let you know if we find anything good in them. So a couple rolls later now, and we have another 1954 showing its face right here. If you remember a little bit earlier, we are looking for the 1954 S, so if we can get it here, that would be really nice. Let's see what we got. 3, 2, 1. It's another Denver, so we do not need that one still. But still looking out for that S, guys. Hopefully we can find it soon. Let's see if we got anything else in this roll, and we only have 2 more to go after this one, so coming down to the end of this hunt, and we got a lot to show in the wrap-up, so definitely stick around for that. But I think that's it for that roll, so we'll get on to the next one. So those last 2 rolls didn't have anything in them, so we're just going to go ahead and move right into the wrap-up now. So we have all of our coins laid out here, and we're going to score this up using the Quin Coins official nickel coin roll hunting competition score sheet. And as you can see up here, 1950s worth 2 points apiece. We got a whole bunch of them there, and only a few dates though, not a whole lot of variety there. So 54, 57, 58, and 59. So that's 30 points right there. And then in the 1940s, we got a few of those. A lot of them went into the collection, by the way. So 1940, 41, 46, and a 49. And then we got 2 1939s, so that is going to count for 5 points apiece, excuse me. And then we did get 1 Buffalo nickel that went into the collection. That one's going to be worth 15 points. You can see it right there, and you can see what kind of a job that nickel date did on that coin in particular. But it is nice that we can see that nice clear 1923 on it. Very cool to find that coin. And then we got a couple of other things here, guys. The 1979 Canadian nickel that we got actually ended up falling into this range right here, so that's going to be worth 5 points. You can see it in the collection right there. And actually, just to show you what the collections are looking like now, this is the Canadian collection here. So you can see that we have quite a few coins going into that now. It's getting filled up a bit. And this one right here, we just have the 2 Buffalo nickels, which we put in this episode. That really cool 1913 and the 1923 that we just got. And then here is our Jefferson nickel. I'll just show you these 2 pages because these are really the ones that we want to focus on. Everything else is completely full. So as you can see, we're starting to fill those in nicely. Would really love to see some more nickels come in at some point soon. But when we total everything up, this is the score at the end, 102 points on the box. By far the best box that we've had so far in the series, so really happy to see that, and this was an awesome hunt today. So I know you guys saw me using these coin roll hunting placemats throughout the video today. This is actually a placemat that I designed, and you can get these on my website at quinscoins.com. I will put a link down in the description below, but basically the front side just shows all the different types of coins that you can find while you're looking through nickel rolls, and then the back side here has our scoring system, which we use to rate boxes. We also use this in our coin roll hunting competitions, and it's really nice. These lists over here have a key date, low mintage, and low mintage Buffalo ranges, so that you can check if your coin is rare if you're not so sure about it. But it's just very useful to use. It's also nice and easy to pick up coins and dump it into a box or whatever you're using. Once again, guys, those are on my website at quinscoins.com, and links will be down in the description below. But anyways, guys, that is going to pretty much do it for this episode of Coin Quest. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to go down below and leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're new, because I post new videos like this every single week, always bringing you along with the hunts and having a good time. And as always, I'm Quinn, and this is Quin Coins signing out, and I will see you in the next one.